I'll be revealing to you 10 Canva tips and tricks in this video, most of which you may not be aware of before. Today, I'm going to give you access to 10 free new apps and hidden tools of Canva tips and tricks that will boost your chances of becoming a successful graphic designer, and will equally help you to create more creative designs and animations. This video is also for you if you are a business owner looking to grow your business. Undoubtedly, these 10 Canva tips and tricks will save you a lot of time while making your design. To ensure that you don't miss any of them, make sure you watch the entire video. And now that you are prepared for this tutorial, let's get right into my smartphone. The first Canva tips and tricks we'll be discussing is CVed Text. As you can see, look at this very particular design very well, where we are having get to know associates and co. You can see these texts are curved around the around the letter. Before Canva introduced this feature, all you need to do, look at it, you have to insert all the letters by positioning them where you want them to be. Look at it. You have to do it this way by rotating it. Okay, our G will be here. Then our E also. You have to rotate it and place it there. That is all you will need to do. Or with the help of this feature, we don't need to do all this. I will tell you what to do now. You continue this by probably making your nudge to do this. Let me use my nudge. Okay. Okay. This is it. Now you continue. But in this case, we don't need all this. With the help of this very particular feature, CVed Text, we are good to go by having our design in this way. Look at it. This is what we are going to do. Look at the associate and co. They get to know. Let me click on get to know. Then all you need to do, come to the bottom where you are having your tools. Then you click on effect. Then from effect, you can see these are this. Then you look for your shape. Then you click on shape. From there, you click on this curve. Then you click on it. You can see this is it. Then you bring it here. Then you have to rotate it. Okay. Now, the next thing we are going to do, you are going to double click on this curve. Double click on it. Then we're having this line, the adjustment line. You can, maneuver with it by adjusting it the way you want it to be. Now look at it. Okay. You can see. Then you bring it here. That is our get to know. I'm okay with it. Then I click on this associate and co as well. Then I look for effect. I bring it here. Then I try to adjust the line. Then I rotate it. Then we need to rotate it a little bit. This is how to go about this. Look at it. We are having this CVed Text. That is the importance of this. It really helps our work to be faster by not wasting our time. Unlike when you apply the previous method where you'll be positioning your letters, that really wastes your time. The second tips and tricks I'll be discussing here is rotate animation. Let's assume in our work, we are trying to make a particular element, probably object. We want to animate it and we want it to be rotated. In that case, this is what we're going to do. Let me play this and see to how it goes. You discover that the tire in front of the car for the first scene is rotating, while the second one is static. Let me play it and see to how it is. You can see that the second one is not rotating. This is what we are going to do to make it rotated. This is what we are going to do. Let me click on the second scene. Now I click on it. Then I click on the objects. I mean the tire that I want to rotate. Then I will look for animate. I click on animate. Then the next thing I'm going to do, you can see, look at all these. All these are under all. When I click tools, these are what we are having there. Then I click on basic. This is what we are having there. This is what we are having under exaggerate. Then I click on motion effects. You can see we're having this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on rotate. You can see that it is rotating. Look at it. Now I will need to double click this. I double click. Then the speed of the rotation, look at it. I will need to increase it. If you are a pro user, then you have access to this speed. But if you are not using a pro fashion, you can adjust this. Now, another thing I will need to do here, if I want it to rotate to the right hand side, and I will click this, look at it. Then if I want it to be on the left hand side, I click on this. So that is how to go about this. Now I click this out. Now this is how to go about rotating our object in order to animate it. Now let me play it. Let me play the video. You observe that both scene, the tires we're having there will be rotating. Let me play it. You can see that it's rotating, unlike the first one that I play, where the tire on the second scene is not rotating. That is how to go about this. Now let me give another example on this. This is another example under rotate animation. Look at it. This word, the shape songs. I click on it. You can see. Make sure you highlight by clicking on these very particular words so that the text box will be highlighted. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, let me play it first and see to how it is. Let me play it. You can see that it is rotating, but the second scene is not rotating. You can see. Now, how do we go about it? To make the second scene, the words we're having there, we want it to be rotated. Now, you click on it. You can see the text box has been highlighted. The next thing you are going to do, you come here to you're having the tools. Then you look for animate. Click on animate. This is it. What you need to do, then scroll down. Then scroll to where you have motion effects. This is it. Then you click on it. You can see it is rotating. Then let me increase it. Let me increase the speed. Let me increase the speed. This is it. Now let me play it and see to it. The same thing with the second one. You can see that they are rotating. That is how to go about this. Now let's assume I don't need this any longer. Then what you need to do, click on this. Then you click on the text. Then you come to your animate. Click on it. Then you double click on the rotate. Then you come to where you're having remove animation. Once you click on it, the animation will be removed on that very particular element. That is how to go about this. That is to tell you the importance of rotate animation under Canva tips. The third tips I'll be revealing to us is a speed paint app. In this case, this is what you'll be expecting in form of a whiteboard animation. Let me play it to us. This is what we'll be expecting under this speed paint app. You can see. This is what I'll be revealing to us. Now, how do we go about it? Now, this is what we do if we are working on the speed paint app. The Speed Paint app is in form of whiteboard animation. Therefore, to derive this is what we are going to do. We are going to, pick any of our picture, any image, then you pick it. From there, it will turn this to Speed Paint animation. Therefore, I click on this very particular purple circle where we're having plus sign in it in order to have access to our Speed Paint app. I click on it. Then you search for app. This is it. Okay, I click on app. Then this is it. Okay, we're having your apps here. Now, you see that you scroll up to look for Speed Paint. This is it. Or you type it here on the search bar. Any of the two, you are going to, arrive at your Speed Paint. Then you click on Speed Paint. This is it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I click on Speed Paint. Then this is it. Now, the exact picture I want to turn into the whiteboard animation, to turn into the Speed Paint, then I will need to click on this, choose file. Then I want to make use of this, I click on this. Now, this is it. Now, this is the image preview. Now, I pick this 30 FPS. Then the sketch duration, I want it to be 10 seconds. I click on it. The color field duration, I don't want any color there. Then I click on add sketching and effect. Then I'll click on animate image. Then let me click on it. Let's wait till it finishes loading. This is it. It's turning our image into speed painting by generating the video. Now almost done. This is it. It has generated it for us. Then I click on this. Set as background video. Okay. Let me play it. You can see. That is it. You can see the hands. You can see the way it's drawing it in form of whiteboard animation. There's nothing like color there. Everything are black and white. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, let me click on the second page. Then in order to, do the other side of it where there is no hand, and on the children, there will be color. Now, let me click on this plus sign. Then this is it. Then I click on choose file. I click on this. Then this is it. I click on 30 FPS. Okay. Then the sketch duration, I click 10. Then the color field duration, I'll fix 5. Okay. So that there will be color on it. Then add fade out effect. Then the background, I want it to be yellow. Then the background, I pick yellow. And if I want more color, I click on more. Then I'll be able to, get it from here. But I don't need it. I prefer this yellow. Then set. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on animate image. Now this is it. It's, loading the image. Now this is it. It is analyzing image quality. This is it. This is our video. You can see it has turned the image into animated video in form of whiteboard animation using our Speed Paint app. Now the next thing I'm going to do, then I set this as background. The video as background now. Let me play it and see to, how it goes. You can see. You can see this is our animated video. You can see. You can see how it's, filling the colors. You can see. You can see. So this is the difference between the former one and this one. The former one, there is no hand on it. Let me play it for us to see the difference. White background, and there is hand effect on it. And aside from that, no colors on the kids. Look at this one. There is no hands, and the background is yellow. We change it to yellow. Not only that, it is going to fill the children, the kids, with a color. You can see. That is the difference between the information. It depends on the whatever you input. That is how to turn our image into speed paint animation. The fourth Canva tip and tricks I will be discussing or probably revealing to us in this video is search by animated. In this case, probably we are working on our videos and we want to quickly search for some animated elements. Instead of you disturbing yourself or probably scrolling up and down and searching for animated objects, all you need to do, you can easily go by this by searching it using these tricks I want to reveal to us in this video. This will really help you and it will not waste much of your time. What you need to do, click on this purple circle where we're having plus sign in it. Click on it. Then the next thing, you select your element, which is this. Okay, I search for birds. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on graphics. Now, I've clicked on graphics. These are our birds. You can see I'm having a particular bird which is animated. That's purple and white color birds. But while other ones, they are static. Now, to cut everything short, all I need to do, I click on this very particular setting icon at the right hand side of the upper side of the app. Then I click on it. I click on the settings. Then you can see under this we're having animation. Under the animation we're having static and animated. Then I want the animated one. I click on animated. Then I click on done. So we are going to have all the animated birds. You can see, look at it. All the birds we're having there, they are all animated. That is one of the important of this very particular trick we're having under Canva. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick the one I want to choose. I want birds. Let me click on this very particular one. Let me click on this. Then I make it smaller. I make it smaller. Now I have it here. Then the same thing, let me click other one. Let me click on this. I make it smaller as well. Now let me have it here. Then another thing I want there, I want butterfly. Let me quickly, type in butterfly. Butterfly. Here are our butterfly. Then I click on graphics. This is it. Then to look for the animated one, in order to make our work faster, then I click on these setting icons here. I click on it. Then I click on animated. Then I click on done in order to get all the animated butterfly for me. Now this is it. This is it. You can see these are our butterfly. Then let me pick this. I pick this. Okay. Let me make it smaller. Let me have it here. Then let me pick another one. Let me click on this. I chose this. Let me make it smaller. This is how to go about this. And aside from that, if I need a flower, let me click on this plus sign again. I type in flower. I search for it. Then flower. This is the flower, but the flower we're having here, they are static. Then I want to look for the animated one. The next thing, I click on graphics. These are the flowers. Then I want the animated one. Then I click on these setting icons. Then I click on animated. Then I click on done. These are our flowers. Now let me pick this. Let me pick this. Okay. Let me make it a little bit smaller. You can see. So that is how to go about this, searching for our animated in such a way that it will be very faster, not wasting our time. That is how to go about these very particular tricks. And when we're done, we can click on this very particular download icon. Once we click on it, then we click on download. Then we can have it for MP4 video, or we just download it on GIF. It depends on our choice. That is how to go about this. The fifth Canva tips I will be discussing in this video is quick alignment. You can see all the flowers I'm having on this page are not arranged accordingly. Let's assume I want to arrange them accordingly. I want them to be aligned, horizontally, or probably to be arranged accordingly on the top, or probably in the middle, or at the bottom. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select all the flowers. Now I click on this. I click on the flower, then I scroll to the left. I click on this more. Then the next thing, I'm going to click on this select multiple. I click on it. Then I click on this. Click on this to select everything. Now everything has been selected. Then I will come to display. Then I will scroll to the left to click on position. Now from there I click on align. Then do I want everything in the middle or at the bottom? But I want them to be in the middle. I click here. Now I click on the middle. You can see that the flowers are not arranged evenly. Now, if I want them to be arranged evenly, I will need to click on this spacing. Then once I click on the spacing, then I click on tidy up. You can see the flower. You can see this is very, very wonderful. That is how to go about this. Now, let me give a sample of when we have them on the bottom or at the top. Now, let me click on this. Now, this is it. You can see that our flowers are arranged evenly in the middle by aligning them in the middle accordingly. Now, let me work on this. Look at this. I click on this to arrange them. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to click on position. Then I click on align. I want them at the top. I click on the top. You can see. But still, they are not arranged evenly. In that case, I will need to click on spacing to have space in between the flowers. Now, I will need to click on horizontally or tidy up. Let me click on tidy up. You can see that is the importance of these very particular tips in order to align our work quickly. The sixth Canva tips I will be revealing in this video is search by Cutout. This will really reduces the stress of removing background from any element that we want to make use of in our design. Therefore, it has to do with the transparent background element. However, how do you go about this? Click on this purple circle where we're having plus sign in it. Click on it. Okay, this is element. We click on the element. We select element. Then from there, we type in man. So these are the, different men's, suggested for us. From our element. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this settings icon here at the upper side of the app. Then the next thing I click on cut out only. I click on it. Then I click on done. Therefore, it is going to select all the men with transparent background only. You can see. Let me pick this. You can see So you can see that there is no any background there. Let me fix the background, of the page. These very particular tips will really reduce the stress of removing background from element. That is how to go about this. Let me pick another one for us to see it. Let me pick this. Okay, you can see. And if I want to flip it, okay, let me click on this. You can see it depends. So that is it. That is how to go about these very particular tips. The 7 tips I will be showing to us in this video is search orientation. This really helps to find the right element that fits our design perfectly. When it's come to the orientation format, take for instance, if probably you are making a design and you are looking for a particular element to fix that design perfectly. To go about this, click on this purple circle where we're having plus sign in it. Click on it. Then from there, click on your elements. Then from there, let's type in flower. Okay, I search for flower. Then the next thing you click on graphics. Then the next thing you are going to do, this setting icon at the upper side of the app. Then you click on it. Then you can see from here, you can see orientation. Then we have square, vertical, horizontal. I pick vertical, then done. You can see these are vertical flowers. Then let's assume I want to pick this. Let me pick this. Then I click on this. Then I want it here. I can easily fix it here. Then I want more. Then I click on the plus sign. Let me click on this. Then I have it here. You can see this is the essence of this. You don't need to be stressing yourself. This really reduces the stress of wasting your time. Once you come to this very particular area, just come to your element. I type in the object you're looking for. Then from there, click on the setting icon. From there, look for the orientation and pick your option. It could be square, it could be horizontal or vertical. That is how to go about it. The plus sign, then I click the setting icon. Then let me pick horizontal, then done. You can see these are the horizontal flower. Look at it now. Let me pick this. You can see I can easily fix it here. You can see you don't need stressing yourself by scrolling up or probably scrolling down looking for the exact orientation you are looking for. All you need to do, just make use of this trick. From there, you just get whatever you are looking for. That is the importance of these very particular tips. The 8 Canva tips I will be discussing in this video is magic media. What do I mean by this? This is a case whereby you transform your text or probably your imagination into picture or images. In this case, all you need to do, just enter your prompt, your text, and look at the app to transform your prompt or text into images for you. Therefore, how do you go about it? Click on this purple circle where we have a plus sign in it. I click on it. Then underneath the app here where we're having the tools bar, scroll to the left, then click on apps. Now, this is it. The next thing you click on your apps. Now, this is it. This is our magic media. Or you come here where we're having the search Canva apps. Click on this search bar and type in magic media. You are still going to have access to it. But in this case, let me click on this. Then this is it. You can see text to image. Your text is going to turn to image. You can see, describe the image you want and we will generate it for you. Then let me type in this. I want a woman with a laptop on his lap. Now, the next thing I'm going to choose, I'm going to click on this see all. Then I want it to be vibrant. You see, playful, that or 3D. It depends on you. But let me click on the 3D model. Let me click on this 3D model. Let me click on this. I chose this. Then the next thing, the aspect ratio. I want square. I click on square. Then the next thing, I click on generate image. I click on it. Now it is generating our image. You can say this is our image. You can say you can now choose out of the 4 images we have in there. Anyone you prefer, you can now choose it. If I'm not okay with this, I click on generate again. But let me go back and pick other choice. Then I type in a woman with a laptop on his laps. Let me choose a photo or dreamy. Let me choose dreamy. Okay. Then generate image. This is it. This is it. You can see this is another option. Now this is dreamy, and if I don't want this, I can easily change it to another one. I click on go back. Then this is another example. A woman with laptop. You can see. Then I pick this. Then let me try another example. Then I have a beautiful environment with pathways, flowers and birds. Then the next thing, I click on the styles. I click on see all. The next thing, I pick the aspect ratio, which is square. Then generate image. Very beautiful indeed. You can see. So I can now decide anyone I want to pick. Let me pick this. You can see. Let me choose that. Then I drag it here. Okay. This is it. You can see. I just type in the prompt. I mean my imagination. Look at the birds. Look at the flowers and the pathway. You can have everything here. That is how to go about this. The 9th Canva tips I will be revealing in this video is recent designs. These tips really helps to get style from the design you have recently used. These tips really saves times. It saves your times when you are working on your Canva. Not only that, if you have used a template recently, not too long ago, but you discovered that you couldn't find the design back in Canva, this is the time to use these very particular tips. It really helps and save your time and make you to have a better design. Therefore, not only that, these very particular tips, these recent designs, it really helps you to know the exact font you have used in the previous design. Not only that, the color palette of the design, you also, have access to this. Therefore, how do you go about this? The first thing you are going to do, you are going to click on this purple circle where we have a plus sign in it. Then you click on it. Now, this is it. The next thing you are going to do, click on these styles. Once you click on it, you are going to have all these under the styles. Therefore, scroll up and go to where you are having recent design. You can see these are our recent design. Now, to have access to everything, click on this see all. Then you have access to everything. These are the designs I've made previously. These recent tips involve 2 things. The first one is that you can create design from a blank Canva. As we have it here, you can see this page is a blank page. Aside from that, the second way is that we can also use an existing design and apply that style to our design. But I will be giving examples on the first one where we create design from a blank Canva. Now, let's go. These are my previous design that I've made. Now, let me drag it here. Let me drag it here so that we'll be able to have access to what we're saying. Now, look at it. Now, let me scroll up. The essence of this very particular tip is that if I, prefer the fonts or probably some colors that I use in the recent design, in that case, I need to apply these very particular tips. Take for instance, or let me use this. Now, if I should click on this, I click on it to make use of the style. Let's see what is going to display. You can see the Canva has automatically, added the text box with the font type used recently. Now, if I should click on the shovel, the essence of the shovel is to show us the color and probably any element we're having on the design. Now, let me click on shovel. You can see the color of the design. You can see it. Now, let me click on this, the second one, to have the style to be used. Let me click on it. This is it. This is it. It has displayed the font and that of the element. You can see the element here. That is the essence of this. Now, let me click on this. I click on this to make use of the style. Let's see to what is going to display. You can see. This is it. Now, let me click on the shovel to have the color of the design. I click on the shovel. You can see. This is the color of the design. Now, let me use another one. Let me click on another one. Now, let me make use of this. Let me click on this to use the style. This is the font type. Now, let me click on the shovel to have the color. And probably if there's any element there, I click on the shovel. You can see the color. Likewise, the element, you can see that this element is here. It has displayed the element. Now, let me move on to other design. Let me click on this to use the style. I've clicked on it. Let's see to what is going to display to us. Now, this is the font type. Now, let me click on the shovel. You can see it has displayed the color of the design. Now, let me click on this as well to use the style. I click on it to use the style. This is the font type. Then, let me click on the shovel. This is it. You can see the elements. This element, you can see the one I click on. So that is the essence of these very particular tips. The second way of using recent designs as a tip under Canva is to use an existing design and apply that style to the design, where you're really working on. Now, on already designed. How do you go about it? Click on this purple circle where we're having plus sign in it. You click on it. This is it. Then you click on style. Then I scroll to where I have a recent design. This one. Then I click on see all to have access to all the design. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this down. Okay. Then the next thing, I'm going to, scroll up to have access to my previous design. Now, let me click on this one. Then to use the style, you can see. This is it. You can see the element. The element we're having in the previous design, the one I click on, you can see that we're having it here as well. Likewise, the font here has changed to the previous design. That is how to go about this. Then I want to use this one. Let me click on it to use it. Now, let's see. I've clicked on it. You can see that everything has changed as well. The element in the previous design is already here. Likewise, the font has changed. Now, let me click on the shovel. I click on it. You can see to have the full color of the design there. You can see. Now, let me scroll up. Let me click on this as well. I've used it. Now, I click on it to use the style. Let's see to, what it's going to give to us. You can see it has changed. The font type has changed. Now, let me click on shovel to have the color of it. You can see that is the essence of this very particular recent design. I've clicked on it. You can see the fonts. The same thing, let me click on shovel. You can see it has brought the color of the design. Let me scroll up and see to what I can do to other design. Let me see to what I can do. Let me click on this to use it. I've clicked on use type. You can see that the font, you can see the quality time, everything has changed to the design we're having there. Now, let me click on this and see to what is going to happen as well. I've clicked on it. You can see that it has changed. Let me click on shovel. You can see that the color, it has brought the color out for us. Let me click on this. I've clicked on the, the star. You can see. Let me click on shovel. It is going to display the color. You can see. This is how to go about this very particular design. From there, then you can make the little adjustments you want to make to it. That is the importance of recent design. The 10th Canva tools I'll be revealing in this video is Blob Apps. Under these tips, I'm going to explain or reveal 2 different apps to generate blobs in Canva. And these 2 apps are completely free. Take for instance, this very particular page. Let's assume I want to add some certain blobs to it. All I need to do, I click on this plus sign. Then I click on elements. Then I type in blobs. Then I search for it. Then I click on graphics. These are the blobs I can make use of to my design. Only that there are some certain factors that might deprive me from using these very particular blobs. One, we have some that are pro, you can see. Some are pro. And aside from that, the second factor is that some of them might be complex and I might not like, the way it is. All you need to do, scroll to the left and click your apps. You click on this search Canva app. You type in blobs. Then I search for it. These are the 2 blobs we are going to make use of in this very particular tutorial. The 2 of them are free and you can make use of them. The first one is blobs. Let's make use of these blobs. I click on it. This is it. This is our blobs. Now, if I click on this generate, you can see I click on generate. Continue clicking on generate. Now I prefer this. I click on add to design. Then I can bring it here. Let me put it here. Then let me click on it and look for other one. Generate. Let me click on generate. Then I prefer this as well. Then I click on add to design. I fix it here. Then let me add one more. Generate. Then I prefer this, add to design. Then let me add it here. Let me fix it here. Now the next thing I'm going to do, the color of these very particular blobs, I can change them from here. All I need to do, let me close this. I click on these very particular blobs. Then this is the color. Let me change it. Let me change it to this. Or let me change it to this. Then this one, this as well. This is the color I want there. Now, this is it. Now, that is how to go about it. The second blobs I'll be explaining to us there is a cam blob. Now, how do you go about it? I've explained that to us. Now, let me go to our cam blob. This is the second one, the cam blob. This is what we can do. This is our cam blob. Now, what I'm going to do is this. Now, there are some certain things I can do here. One, the color of this very particular cam blob, I can change it here. If I should click on this, if I don't want the color, if I want this, look at it, or I prefer this. If I prefer this, you can see that I can change the color of this very particular blob here. Let me fix it for this. I prefer this, okay? You can see in this cam blob, you can change the color. Then another thing is, if I want it to be outlined only, if I should click on this, look at it. Look at how it is. Then the same thing, if I want it to be solid, look at it. Then another thing, the complexity of the blob, if I want to increase it, I can increase it from this. Look at it. Look at it. You can, increase it to, make the complexity better. Look at it. Look at it. Let me fix it for this. I prefer this. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add to design. Or if I don't want that, I click on generate again. Look at it. If I'm not okay, generate again, I click on it. Then the complexity, I can, decrease or increase it. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Then I click on add to design. You can see. Then I can now fix it here. Look at it. This is very awesome. This is awesome. Let me pick another one. Now generate again. Generate again. The complexity, I want to reduce it. Then I'm okay with it. Now add to design. Now I can fix it here. I can fix it here. Let me add one more to it. Now, let me add outline, one more outline. Now I click on this. Then the complexity, let me fix it for this. Okay, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Now that I've picked the outline, I want the stroke width. There you can see I can increase it from here. That is the importance and essence of this. Now, I want it this way. Then, the next thing I had to design. You can see. Now, let me rotate it. Okay. I fix it here. And if I still want more, I can go back and, generate more. That is the importance of this very particular blob, the two blob generator in Canva. This is where I'll be stopping for this tutorial. I believe you've gained one or two things. If truly you have gained one or two things, do subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and share the video with your family and friends. Bye for now.